Hello, everyone, and welcome in. My name is Alexis Miller. I'm one of the yoga instructors here for Yoga for Caregivers. So, this is our weekly stretch session where we focus on getting into our body, stretching ourselves out, getting us ready for the rest of our day and the rest of our week. So, as we move through practice today, keep in mind your boundaries. Notice where you're ready to extend into your postures, where do you maybe need to modify and come down to the mat, or perhaps just find a center posture. Also, keep in mind that I don't often cue water, so if and when you feel thirsty, of course, please feel free to step off your mat, grab that drink, and join us whenever you feel ready. So, with all that being said, let's go ahead and come into a comfortable seat, whether your legs are crossed or they're straight out in front of you. We're going to wiggle back and forth, rooting into the sits bones, and then we'll sit up nice and tall. Let's go ahead, inhale, bring the shoulders forward and up, and then exhale, drop them back and down. Inhale, bring the shoulders forward and up. And then exhale, bring them back and down. Hands come into a comfortable position, whether on the knees, palms up or down, or in your lap. You're welcome to close the eyes if that feels comfortable, or find an unmoving point and soften your gaze. In the Native American medicine wheel, based on Sun Bear's vision, the spirit pathways teach us about the qualities we need to cultivate growth and movement. These physical, spiritual, mental, and emotional qualities help you better understand yourself and what will allow you to thrive. Renewal is the middle stone on the northern pathway. When you come to this position in the medicine wheel, it's an invitation to restore your health by becoming fit and healthy. It's an opportunity to nourish yourself, rebuild whatever has been damaged or destroyed in your life, and renew your thinking so you can approach the world with a refreshed perspective. This place is represented by the earthworm, which is a powerful teacher of transformation, given how it regenerates Earth. Here you have the opportunity to consider, what can I do to better care for and love myself? What is my place in creation? As you move through your practice, allow these questions to roll around in your mind. Notice what answers arise as you breathe and stretch. So centering in, taking a deep inhale through the nose, filling your belly, lungs, and chest with air. And then slowly exhale the breath back out. Take another deep inhale, fill your belly, lungs, and chest with air. And then slowly exhale the breath back out. Take another deep inhale as you feel your belly expanding outward like a big balloon. And then exhale, draw the belly button in toward the spine. Inhale as you feel your torso expand, your collarbones gently lift. And then exhale as you feel your shoulders release down and away from your ears. Inhaling air in your nose, down your throat, filling your lungs. And then exhale as that air moves out the lungs, up the throat, and out your nose. Continue to breathe deeply, inhaling and exhaling with intention. Really noticing the movements of your breath. Noticing how each breath is a renewal of itself. And as you sit here with the breath, notice if your mind wanders off on a thinking adventure. If that happens, the moment you've noticed you've gone away, that's mindfulness. Celebrate the noticing and then come back to the breath. Come back to focusing on your inhales and exhales. If it's helpful, perhaps incorporate a mantra here to help you stay grounded and focused on your breath. Inhale, I am. Exhale, healthy. Inhale, I am. Exhale, healthy. Remaining here with your breath in whatever way best supports you for just a few more moments here today. Let's take another deep inhale here as you set an intention or a purpose for your practice today, which really can be anything at all, but it often answers the question, why did I get on my mat? Take a nice deep inhale as you feel that intention with your heart and mind, and then exhale that breath out. Set the intention off to the side, knowing we'll return to it toward the end of our practice. Lovely. Let's go ahead and come off our prop if you're sitting on one. We're going to come down onto the mat here today. And we're going to start by extending our right leg forward and then bring our left leg to sit on the other side of the knee here. Good. We'll inhale, sweep our arms wide and up, and then exhale, twist over to the left. Bring that right arm to the outside of the right knee, and then sweep it down and around, and bring the left arm down and around behind you, coming into this seated twist. So as we hang out here for a moment, twisting around, feeling that pull through the spine, through the shoulder blade on the right side, curving your nose around. Our spine loves a twist, and this is a great way to wake up in the morning or help calm down at the end of the night. Good. And then inhale, let's go ahead and come back up into center, sweep those arms tall. Exhale, bring your hands down to the other side of the mat. Leave the legs where they are, but just bend at the elbows to release that twist gently. Good. And then inhale into neutral. We're going to go ahead and switch sides. So extend your left leg long and then bring that right leg to the opposite side here. Good. Inhale, sweep those arms wide and up or up, wide and up or straight up. And then exhale, twist over to the right, left arm to the outside of the right knee, right hand down behind you on the mat. Curve your head around into a seated twist. So sitting up nice and tall, creating some dynamic tension between the left arm and the right leg. Again, now feeling that twist on the opposite side. The body loves to twist, and so we want to make sure what we do on one side, we also do on the other to welcome in that symmetry in the body. Great. And then we inhale, go ahead, bring those arms up tall, and then exhale, release the legs and the arms down. Really nice work here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and extend our left leg straight out to the side, and we're going to bring that right sole of the foot to the inside of the thigh. Doesn't matter how close it is to your body, it's really whatever your anatomy will allow for here today. Good. We sit up nice and tall. Feel yourself root into the sits bones so you're nice and grounded and even here. Good. Left hand will kind of extend along the left leg as we inhale, sweep the right arm tall, and then exhale, lean over to the left. So you notice how my left arm starts to reach toward that foot. Your hand can stay on top of the leg, or you can bring it to the inside of the leg. Options. Go ahead and stack the bicep over the ear here, stack that shoulder. And then those fingers are reaching down toward your left foot, palm is facing the floor. And we're feeling this really nice stretch here on the opposite side. Good. Breathing. Great work. We inhale, come back on up into center. We'll switch sides. Go ahead and extend that right leg long. Bring that left sole of the foot to the inside of the thigh. Again, how close it gets really depends on your anatomy. We'll go ahead and bring that right arm along the leg, and then inhale, sweep tall with the left arm, and exhale, lean over to the right. So side body stretch, opposite side. Right arm slides along the leg or comes down to the inside of that calf here. We're stacking that shoulder, biceps over the ear, reaching through the fingertips down toward the toes. And then the palm is facing the foot, facing the floor here. We feel that nice stretch on the left side now. And then taking a couple breaths. Good. Inhale, let's go ahead and come back up into center. Great. Find a comfortable seat here. Maybe that's legs crossed or straight out in front of you. We'll inhale, sweep our right arm up and toward the sky, and then bend at the elbow. Bring that hand to the small of the back. Inhale, sweep the left arm up and grasp that left elbow, and then pull that elbow toward the midline, coming into your nice shoulder stretch here, nice arm stretch. Really beautiful tricep stretch as well. So notice the tendency to arch out the back. See if you can tuck the tailbone slightly, engage the core, shrug the shoulders down. Good. Taking a couple deep breaths here. Feel that pull through the shoulder blade, into the shoulder, again, into that tricep area. This is such a basic stretch, but when we don't take the time to stretch, even the basic ones, we're not going to get the benefits of them, right? Good. And then inhale, go ahead and release those arms down. Let's inhale, bring the shoulders forward and up. And then exhale, drop them back and down. Lovely. Opposite side. So we'll inhale, sweep that left arm tall, bend at the elbow, hand comes to the small of the back. And then we inhale, go ahead and bring that right arm up tall, grasp the elbow, and then draw it toward the midline here. Good. Feeling that pull through the tricep into the side body, down into the shoulder blade. Core is gently engaged, shoulders are shrugged down. Breathing deeply here. Lovely. And then inhale, let's go ahead and release both arms. Bring those hands into a comfortable position. Inhale, draw the shoulders forward and up. Exhale, drop them back and down. Nice work. Draw the nose over to a diagonal here. Drop the chin to the chest. Look down toward your armpit. So as if you're trying to get your nose toward your armpit. Now, this might be enough of a stretch in the left side neck and into the shoulder for you. You're welcome to stay here. Option is to take your right hand, bring it to the back of your head, and very gently pull the nose further down toward the armpit. That'll deepen the stretch. Final option is to extend your left arm over to the side, fingertips touching the mat here. That'll really deepen the posture. For me, I feel it all the way down into the fingertips, running through my arm up into the neck. So notice where you are here. Let's take a couple deep breaths. One more deep inhale. And then exhale, gently release, come back to neutral. This time we're going to inhale the shoulders back and up and exhale them forward and down. Great work. Opposite side, we draw the nose over to that diagonal to the left. We drop the nose down toward the armpit, chin to chest. So again, you can stay right here. Great option. You can also bring that left hand to the back of the head and very gently pull the nose down toward the armpit. You can also extend your right arm out to the side, fingertips touching or reaching toward the mat. It does not have to be perfect, just gives you a sense of where you're headed. And again, that'll deepen the posture here. Make sure you stay rooted through the sits bones, core gently engaged. Taking a couple deep breaths here as we really feel into this lovely side neck and arm stretch. Good. And then we inhale, come gently back into center. Great work here. All right, we're going to roll onto our hands and knees here. Hands beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips, and then tuck the toes on the next inhale. And on the next exhale, lift the hips, coming into a down dog here. So we're sending our hips high, maybe walking out that dog, bending one knee and then the other, opening up the backs of the legs here. Giving yourself a little bit of movement, a little bit of chance to wake up here today, wake the body up, regardless of what time of day it is. Let's take a nice deep inhale here. Exhale that breath out. One more nice deep inhale. And then exhale, come into stillness here. Feel the heels reach toward the floor. Notice that pull to the back of the legs. All 10 pads of your fingers gently grip the mat. Head is between arms, gaze is toward the toes. Press into the mat, pressing your chest toward your thighs. Feel your hip bones reach toward the sky. Nice deep inhale here. A nice deep exhale. Final inhale. Final exhale. On the next inhale, look up between the hands. Step your right foot forward here, and then go ahead, turn down that back foot. We're going to inhale, windmill our arms up. Good. Coming into a wide-legged stance here. We're going to go ahead and adjust our feet so they're out at an angle, maybe about 45 degrees. It does not have to be perfect here. Good. We're going to find a soft bend in our knees. And then on the next inhale, we're going to sink down into our goddess pose. So bend the knees, bend the arms. Yeah, into those 90-degree angles here. So welcome into goddess. Fingers are spread wide, palms are open. We're bent at the knees. Knees are moving backward, but we're squeezing our thighs toward the midline so we get that gorgeous, nice heat in the legs here. Good. Shoulder blades are squeezing together. Core is gently engaged. Couple deep breaths here. I'm already feeling the burn too. Yeah, maybe sink a little deeper if it's possible. Nice deep inhale. One more breath here. Nice deep inhale. Good. And then inhale, go ahead and extend those arms nice and tall. Maybe look up toward the sky. Star pose here. Drop those arms down. Really nice work here. We're going to open up that inner thigh a little bit more. So turn our toes so they're facing toward the side of our mat. They're in parallel now. And then we're going to go ahead and bend into one knee. I'm starting with the right and sink ourselves down into speed skater stretch. So maybe you're able to sink all the way down. Maybe you use a prop underneath the glutes that you lower the hips down onto. Great modification. If you don't need that block, you can come as far down as you're able. Foot can stay on the mat, or you can turn those toes toward the sky. Option, not requirement. Sinking down, feeling that pull through the inside of the leg here. Yeah. Taking a couple deep breaths. Hands can be on the mat for extra support. You can also sweep the right arm around the right leg and then sweep the left arm around and behind to meet that right hand for the bind. Option, of course, not requirement. Couple deep breaths here. Inhale, release. Hands come down to the mat. Go ahead and press on up into center and then walk yourself over to the opposite side. So bend your left knee, lowering down. Again, using props like blocks underneath the hips for support as you need. So again, as you lower down, that foot can stay on the mat, or you can go ahead and turn those toes toward the ceiling. Again, you have a few options. Hands can be down on the mat, or you can also sweep that left arm around the leg and bring the right arm around to meet it, coming into a bind. Of course, option, not requirement. Noticing where you're at today, and let's take a couple deep breaths together. Inhale, go ahead, release. Plant the hands on the mat. Let's go ahead and come up into neutral. We'll bend those knees slightly, come on up into standing. Good. Go ahead and step to the top of your mat. Nothing fancy here. We'll inhale, sweep our arms wide and up, and then exhale, we'll swan dive down into a forward fold. Inhale, we come right into a halfway lift, knees slightly bent, torso parallel with the floor, back nice and flat, shoulders shrugged down. We inhale deeply. And then exhale, bend at the knees, plant the hands. Go ahead and step back into a plank pose. Take a deep inhale here. And then exhale, drop the knees down here and come on into a seat. Great work. So we're going to go ahead and find our way into cow pose today. This is a really deep hip opener. That's why we kind of got to the inside of the legs, kind of primed ourselves with a little bit of stretching here so we can get into this stretch. So what we want to do is take our right leg here and bring the knee so it's as in front of us as it possibly can. And you may want to keep a block or two nearby. So you'll see I'm bringing mine in here. Okay. We're then going to sweep this left leg around and we're going to stack the knees. So mine are not perfect. Knee is here and knee is here. Someday, maybe they'll get there, but for now, they're not there, which is fine. So as we come into this posture here and make our adjustments, notice the tendency to lean over onto that right hip. We want to make sure that both of our sits bones are on the mat and we're long through the spine. So hanging out here. Now, if this top foot is floating up off the mat, you can take a block and prop it up under the foot. Mine's not, so I'm not going to demonstrate that at this moment. Now, if this is enough of a stretch for you, especially on that left side, please do feel free to stay right here. Otherwise, you can also hinge at the hips and lean forward here, hands on the mat, or perhaps on a prop like a block. Tuck the chin slightly so you have a long spine wherever you are. And if you're leaning forward, your gaze is more toward the top of your mat here. Let's take just a couple deep breaths here together. Inhale. Exhale, release. Nice work. Go ahead, move your props out of the way. Lean over onto the right side. Go ahead and release that left leg. Soles of the foot to the floor, knees are up in little mountains, and then we'll windshield wipe them back and forth to release our glutes, our hips, and our low back here. Good. Just massaging out those muscles. It feels so good after a deep stretch like that. And then again, what we do to one side, we want to make sure to do to the other. So taking that left knee, bringing it out in front of you as much as possible, right? And then stacking that right knee, bringing it up and over on top of that left knee. So again, mine are not perfect. You'll see knee here, pretty close, but not perfect, which is okay. So again, notice the tendency to lean over to the left. If you've kind of got a C curve going on here, see if you can lower that right hip to the floor, which means this top foot might come off the mat. If so, you can always use a prop like a block to help support that opening here, okay? And so as you settle into cow face pose here, sitting up nice and tall, good. And then again, you can stay right here. If you want to deepen the posture, you can hinge at the hips and lean forward. And again, maybe using a prop here in front of you to help support that descent. Option, not requirement. But wherever you are, chin is slightly tucked, so we have a nice long spine here. And then just taking a couple deep breaths right into this nice deep hip stretch on the right side. All right, and then inhale, go ahead, come into center. Let's go ahead and lean over to the left side. Release that right leg. Go ahead, soles the feet to the floor, knees and little mountains lean back, and just a little windshield wiper movement back and forth. Again, just to release all of those muscles, show our body a little bit of love. Good. All right. And when you feel ready, we're actually going to come down onto our back. So if you want to put on socks or a jacket, if you want to grab a drink of water, now is your moment to do so. We will not sit up for the rest of our practice today. Okay. So come on down onto your back, and we're going to go ahead and tuck our knees into our chest, wrap our arms around our legs, give ourselves a little squeeze, maybe a little rock from side to side, roly-poly action here. Nice little release after some intense stretching, some challenge in the legs. And then when you feel ready, coming into stillness, we'll drop those soles of the feet down to the floor and prepare for final relaxation. So a few options. The legs can stay right where they are, knees are up in little mountains. Soles of the feet can come together, knees out wide, recline bound angle, and you can always prop blocks beneath the legs here for extra support or pillows, whatever you have. You can extend one leg and keep the opposite in for fallen tree, or you can extend both legs for traditional final relaxation. You're also welcome to lay on your side or on your belly, or perhaps even come back into a seated position. It's up to you. Just notice what position feels right for your final relaxation today, and then settle in. As you do, begin to notice the breath once again, that natural rhythm or cadence that it settles into, the movement of your breath in your torso, the felt sense of the breath as it moves in the nostrils and down the throat, and then back up and out again. Notice too if there's a sense of renewal that is present in you today. Took a few moments to lean back and tune in, and to also lean in and practice with your body to offer it some nourishment and love. Now, as you rest with your breath, notice once again, does the mind immediately want to go to whatever's happening off the mat today? And if it does, notice the moment you've wandered, celebrate the noticing, and come back to your breath. Come back to your inhales and exhales. If it makes sense for you, perhaps reincorporating the mantra that we use at the beginning of practice. Inhale, I am. Exhale, healthy. Inhale, I am. Exhale, healthy. Remaining here with your breath in whatever way best supports you for just a few more moments here today. I'm going to get quiet for this final part of practice so you can have it to yourself. Please know that I'm watching the time and I respect yours, and I will let you out of this posture before the end of practice. So lean back, let go. Just rest right here with your breath. Once we know how to listen to our own suffering with compassion, we can listen to someone else with the same compassion, and our listening is like a salve for their wounds. Bringing your attention back to this space, taking a deep inhale through the nose, filling your belly, lungs, and chest with air. And then slowly exhaling that breath back out. Taking another deep inhale as you begin to wiggle the fingers and toes, move your arms and legs, gently waking your body up. And when it feels right for you, go ahead and roll onto one side, pausing there with an arm or a hand beneath your head. It's here that I invite you to bring back to mind your intention or your purpose that you set at the beginning of your practice that answered the question, why did I get on my mat? Take another deep inhale as you make your way on up into a seated position, and we close out our practice together today. So finding your comfortable seat, rooting into your sits bones, sitting up nice and tall. We inhale as we draw the shoulders forward and up, and then exhale as we drop them back and down. Hands come into a comfortable position, whether on the knees, palms up or down, in the lap or at heart center. Closing the eyes if that feels comfortable for you. We take a moment to express gratitude for yet another lovely day here on earth, for our bodies that allow us to do so many things, including yoga. Thank you all so much for allowing me to guide you through this practice today. It was a joy and an honor, and I hope to be able to do so again in the future. The light in me, it sees the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this weekly stretch session with Yoga for Caregivers. Again, my name is Alexis Miller. You can find me here every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern. So make sure to mark your calendars and set your alarms. Invite all your friends. You can find Yoga for Caregivers on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So make sure to like, follow, and share with anyone who could benefit from these practices. And to make sure that you're accessing the full breadth of resources that volunteers like me create for you. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a delightful rest of your week, and I look forward to seeing you in the next practice. Bye.